This video is going to cover the topic of surface area. Be sure the date and topic are at the top of your page. The essential question to guide our video is, how do we calculate the area that covers a 3D shape? When we think about a 3D shape, there are a few terms that we need to know. The first, and the one that you will hear very often, is face. A face is a flat surface of a 3D shape. In this cube, there are 6 faces. I'll just shade in the one on the bottom here, because there are 6 flat surfaces that make up the shape. The bottom and the top, and then of course the 4 faces along the outside of the shape. When we want to cover a 3D shape, say for wrapping a present, we need to know the area of all of the faces on the shape that we're trying to cover. We call this finding the surface area. In fact, surface area is defined as the area it takes to cover a 3D shape, as if we were wrapping a gift or wrapping a box. We can find the surface area by breaking the 3D shape into pieces. By doing that, we can find the area of each face one by one. I'll show you what we mean by using this rectangular prism that I have drawn. I've included some measurements that tell me each of the edges, which is another term that we use here. The edges are these connecting points that connect each face. I've shown how long we measure each of those edges. So it's 2 by 2 by 6. In this shape there are 6 surfaces, 6 faces, so we want to find the area of each face so that we can cover each one to cover the entire shape. I've given each face a different name. So the first face I have here is the front, and the front is going to be this part that I can see at the front of my shape. Now this is a square, and so if I want to find the area of this square, I'll simply do 2 times 2, and I'll see that this is 4 square inches. So to cover that front shape, I need 4 square inches. Now the back here is actually the same, right? This was 2 and so is this, and the height was 2, and so it's still 2 in the back. So the back is actually the same thing. So it's again 2 by 2. So again, this is 4 more square inches. I'm going to skip down to the right here next because it's a little easier to see. So I have this panel right here, this face, which is a rectangle that's 6 by 2. So if I want to find the area of that, I multiply my 6 times 2, and I find out that that is 12 square inches. Now I can go back to my left-hand side now, which is here hidden a little bit back here, but I know that these are identical, right? These opposite sides are parallel and congruent, and that also is 6 by 2, so that is also 12 square inches. Taking a look at the bottom now, I can see that my bottom is right here, right? And it's 2 inches along this edge and 6 inches along that edge. So it's 2 times 6, again, for 12 square inches. And the top, I'll go ahead and just do this in black, the top is identical, right? It's 2 on this edge and 6 inches on that. So 2 times 6, this is again 12 square inches. Once I know all of the areas of all of the faces, I need to find the sum of all of that information. So the first thing I did was find the area of each face, which leaves me to now find the sum of all of the areas. So if I look over here, I need to add all of these values up to figure out my total surface area. The area it would take to cover this 3D shape would be 56 square inches. Sometimes people prefer to use a net to find the surface area rather than the 3D shape itself. And that's a great strategy as well, and the same principle applies. So here I have a net of a rectangular prism, and I'm just going to go ahead and use the measurements that I see here on the grid. And just like I did when I did this without a net, I'm going to find the surface area by finding the area of all of the faces, all of the parts of my net. I'll start here with my red space. That space there would have an area of 3 units, and actually this space would be opposite. This face would be opposite in a 3D shape, and so that has the same area as well. The area there again being 3 square units. From there, I can go ahead and look at the faces I have on the left and the right that I've used here in blue. So I'm going to find the area of both of those faces. And it just so happens those are both also 3 square units, or 3 units squared. And lastly, I'm going to take a look at what would be my base and my top, most likely, if I folded this up, and I'll find the area of both of those pieces. So now, as we did before, I have all of the areas of all my individual faces, and so it's up to me now to combine them to find the total surface area. So I'm going to go ahead and record, I'm going to use SA for surface area, and to find the surface area, I need to add up all of the areas of the 6 faces in this rectangular prism. By doing that, I can see that the total surface area, the amount it would take to cover the outside of this 3D shape, would in fact be 30 square units. And of course, the same principles apply even if this is not a rectangular prism. So we have here a triangular prism that we can look at. And I showed it here in the 3D model, but then I'm going to try to show how it matches up if I open it up as a net. And so you can kind of see that this, let me change color here, this rectangle down here is a 7 by 5, which is right here. And you know that the height of the triangle here in the back, which flops over here, would be 2, which means this is also 2. And I mentioned over here that the diagonal is 6, which is going to be the same on both sides. And then what's tricky is that this kind of top section here is 7 by 6, and that is represented here with the 7 and our 6 right there. And I'm going to use the net to help me find all of my different sections here. So the bottom is a 5 by 7, so this is 35 centimeters squared, right? And then the back, I'm going to call this the back. If this is 7 down here, so is this, so it's 7 by 2 or 14. And then I'm going to say this is my top, 6 by 7, so that's 42. And then for our left and our right, those are our triangular shapes. So of course we want to remember the way to find the area of a triangle, which is our base times our height, but then divided by 2. So this is 2 by 5, which is 10, but divided by 2 makes 5. So that's going to be both our left and our right values. And then we'll just add those up to find our total surface area. And in doing so, I get, let's see, 101 centimeters squared total. And I'll leave you with one more question that's actually in a story form for you to sort of conceptualize where we see surface area. So this one, Ms. Bauer has a requirement for cardboard that students have to make with a 5 by 7 by 5 inch box. So your job is going to figure out how much surface area that would require. So your first course of action would probably be to sort of draw a model so you can visualize it like I've done. And then I'm going to ask you guys to bring into class the total surface area of the box, right? Because that will tell us how much cardboard each student will need to answer that question. And remember that the essential question of this video was how to find the surface area of a 3D shape. And so we've looked at a couple options, a couple different types of 3D shapes, and now you'll have one to try on your own.